Alright YouTube, it's your boy AlexTrainsChest back here for another video, and I'm just about to sit down and eat some breakfast here. But today the video is going to be a little bit different. There's no guitar intro, and the reason for that is because I recently got this Samsung 860 EVO series 2TB solid state drive, and basically, I'm going to pop that into my computer today and show you guys the steps to do that. And I also want to do some rewiring and some reorganization, so we'll get to that in a second. So I've got a ton of other content to put up on the channel, and I set myself a little goal. Nothing crazy, but I would like to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year. So I want to start putting up content, more content. The only issue is that I've been a little bit injured, as you're going to see in some upcoming videos, and so I actually haven't been able to sit down for very long periods of time because my lower back and my glute hurts when I sit down for too long, so I actually just physically haven't been able to sit down and do any editing. So there's more content to come, and today we're going to do some computer stuff. So why don't we just take a look at the food that I got going on here. So these are just some cheesy scrambled eggs. There's 3 of them. And then you guys have seen this sushi roll before. So this is just a sushi roll from Whole Foods, but it's got seared albacore on the top, and then it's got albacore on the inside with some cucumber. I think this is a brown rice roll, and then it's got topiko and some sauce on top with some little green onions, which are really good. Got a nice serving of ginger in here. That's very important right there. I love ginger. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and watch some YouTube while I eat, and lo and behold, looks like my boy John Meadows just put out another video. So anyway guys, I'm gonna eat this, and then we're going to show you guys a little bit about how to install stuff in a computer. Alright you guys, so here is the gaming rig that I've got. I also use this for video editing, and this is the computer that we are going to put this solid state drive into. So as you can see, this thing's pretty dusty and stuff like that. So we're going to clean it up, and then I'll open it up. I'll show you guys what I'm talking about in terms of my own poor wire organization. When I first built this computer, it was a while ago, but even when I did upgrades, I was so excited to get it up and running that I didn't really pay a whole lot of attention to cable management and wire routing and stuff like that. So it's kind of a mess in there, so I'll show you guys that. So this is a Cooler Master case, and Cooler Master does a really good job at making their cases very accessible. So at this panel, you just unscrew those 2 bolts and then slide it out, and it opens up like this. Yeah, see this, just the way that this is arranged right here, I just don't really like. It's just a little bit disorganized. Oh, and they've just got a secret cable sneaking off here that doesn't connect to anything. Alright, so this panel, let me take it off. There's actually a fan right here, so you have to be kind of careful to make sure not to overextend the cable that is powering that fan. Oh, there I go again, just messing up my own furniture. Alright guys, so we got the computer opened up, and you can actually see there's a spider web right here. Got some dusting and cleaning done, and basically I think my strategy to this is going to be I am just going to disconnect basically everything and then reconnect it up, but with better wiring regime. So I've got a solid state drive here. I think this is just 200 gigabytes, and this is what I have been using for pieces of software basically. Here is my 1 terabyte hard disk drive, and then down here is another solid state drive, and I just use this solid state drive for Windows basically. So that's what Windows runs off of. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw the new drive probably in this slot up here. And one thing you'll notice is the solid state drive is a 2.5-inch drive, and the hard disk drive is a 3.5-inch drive. So I need one of these 2.5-inch drive conversion brackets. And I'm not sure if I have one of those, so I may need to pick one of those up from Fry's. I might need to get some SATA extenders, maybe not, to go from here to the motherboard. But I'd like to pass these. Right now they're passing kind of directly through here, but I'd like to bring them actually up here, pass them through here, and just tidy it up, make it look a little bit more clean. So anyway, with that, I am going to get started just disconnecting things. And then yeah, we'll rig it all back up. So a couple reasons to throw a solid state drive into your computer. One, obviously, if you need more storage space, grab yourself an upgraded drive. I got 2 terabytes instead of 4 terabytes just because it was less expensive. Second important reason, as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, solid state drives read and write better than hard disk drives, and it was just getting a little slow during editing. So hopefully the new drive will streamline the editing process, making read and write faster. Okay, so now comes a very important part. So all the SATA ports are right here on the motherboard. Unfortunately, they're kind of tucked behind the video card, so it's hard to access. What I need to make sure is that each of these cables, so I'm going to remove these cables so that I can route them a little bit better, but I need to make sure that each hard drive that I have down here connects back to the same port. Otherwise, I think Windows will probably get really confused and not understand which hard drive is which. Alright, so I've got my diagram right here corresponding to which number on there went into which SATA port there. But if you look closely here, these two are SATA 6, and then these 4 in position number 8 are SATA 3, and then up here in position 7 are also SATA 6. So right now I have got my 500 terabyte HDD hooked up to a 6 gigabit thing. I've got my 2 solid state drives, position 1 and 3, hooked up to a 6 gigabit thing. Now here I've actually got my Blu-ray writer hooked up to a 6 gigabit thing, but that is probably going to become the position where I put my new solid state drive into. And so now what I think I'm going to do is run over to Fry's, and I'm going to pick up a couple things. Alright everybody, so just got back from Fry's. Got my 3.5-inch to 2.5-inch conversion kit. Some SATA, some 3-foot SATA cable. So many zip ties. 1,000 zip ties. Now, I don't need 1,000 zip ties, but I just got them. And then I got a pack of a larger zip tie, just in case some of these ones are too small. And then also, just as important, is I went over to Whole Foods to get my next meal of the day, which is a burrito bowl. So I'm not going to eat this right now, but basically there's some cilantro rice in there, some pinto beans, probably kind of hard to see. And then I got double meat, but I got chicken. Here's a piece of chicken. And I got barbacoa, beef barbacoa. And I don't know if the Whole Foods near you guys is going to have beef barbacoa in it, but man, I love this stuff. Alright, so I've got my solid state drive, I've got my 3.5 to 2.5-inch conversion, and now what I'm going to do is pop out the hard drive tray that I want to throw it into. Okay, so something's unfortunate happened. These holes are actually threaded, and this little pin thing is actually not a threaded insert, and so it can't go in there. This needs to be a clearance hole. So I'm actually going to go grab my drill and drill these out really fast. Quick little PSA, if you guys are going to do any drilling like this at home, be safe about it. I'm going to assume you guys know what that means by common sense. Next rule of thumb when making a cutout or drilling is you can always take material away, but you can't put material back. So approach the appropriate drill size carefully, incrementally go up, and do not oversize things because that can lead to a lot of problems. Okay, so now that those holes are sized appropriately, we are going to install the solid state drive onto this little bracket. Here we are. Isn't it amazing? Look at how small that is. 2 terabytes. So this guy is just going to sit right in here. And we've got 4 fastener holes, 1, 2, 3, 4, that will thread in nicely right there with these little screws. So these are Phillips head screws. Got my Phillips head screwdriver right here. I'm just gonna screw those in. All right, we have got the solid state drive mounted into the drive mount, as you can see right here. And now basically, so this side is the side that needs to clip in. So we want these ports to face the opposite way of this latch right here. So we will just position this in here like so. Got 2 pins in on one side, and then actually this thing is flexible enough that you can just kind of stretch it out and get the pins in like that. So there we go. Drive is mounted, ports are on the correct side. Slip this right back in here, latch it up, and there you go. Drive is now installed. All we gotta do is recable and hook it all up. So let's get back to recabling and time lapse that for sure. Alright guys, so hard drive install complete. Here's the new hard drive down here. Here's the SATA cable and then the power cable connected to it. Cleaned up the cable situation back here a little bit. Everything is zip tied now in place. The bundles are more uniform. Come around to the other side of the computer. Lighting's way better on this side. So here's where the new hard drive went in, and it's connected back here where originally my Blu-ray writer was plugged in. Now that's plugged into where a green cable is back here. Definitely freed up some space in this area. Down here is now free of just cables kind of strewn about everywhere, which I think is good, and that should improve airflow actually over the hard drives. So anyway guys, that's going to wrap it up for my little hard drive installation project. And actually I've got a little wish list on a Newegg, which is like a computer parts place for basically a new motherboard, new processor, new video card, and more memory. So hopefully maybe later on in 2019, maybe around Christmas time, I'll actually pull this baby out, and I'll make a vlog on just the whole overhaul, taking all the parts out, putting all the new parts back in, and of course redoing a ton of wiring as you guys saw today. So I've got the covers back on, no problem. That means that the cables on the other side cleared everything, so that's good. I gotta go check to make sure that it actually still works, so stand by for that. Time to see if we get a post. Computer turned on. Yes. Good. Alright, it works. Disk 3 unallocated. So this is the one. Initialize. New simple volume. Accept the defaults. Assign the drive letter. Actually want to call this the X drive. Next. Next. Finish. Healthy primary partition. So now if we go here, new volume X, 1.81 terabytes of free space. Alright, so you guys saw we got a good post of the OS. So that is awesome. Computer works. It's all put back together. And yeah, that right there is going to conclude the video. And again, looking for 100 subscribers by the end of this year, so I've got a lot more content to come. Now that I've got this new hard drive, hopefully content editing will be a little bit faster, and hopefully I'll be recovered from this injury soon. So anyway, looking forward to making some more videos, and yeah, AlexTrainsChest checking out.